This movie tells a story about a morgue technician who successfully reanimates the body of a little girl. When the girl's mother discovers her daughter alive, they enter into a deal that forces them both down a dark path of no return. First of all, this movie has an exciting premise, and the cast are all very good in their performance. It's basically a reimagining of the classic horror myth of Frankenstein, with the themes of motherhood. Unfortunately, the story in general is bland and predictable. The storytelling is rather sloppy, and the script doesn't always measure up to the themes central to its plot. The movie tries to intertwine two different expressions of motherhood, but ultimately sacrifices the emotional reality in order to screw its story together. The movie takes time to develop the reasonings why the characters have this obsession to bring the dead back to life. However, the movie fails to convey the weight of the mother's grief. Without buying into the morgue technician's pseudoscience, it's hard to believe that she would be inspired to do awful things at the direct expense of other mothers. The character of the mother sometimes doesn't feel believable in her reaction to certain situations. On the other hand, the technician character is far too simple, static, and lacks emotion. The movie never figures out how to meaningfully develop her story, as her character arc is almost non-existent. The movie fails to make any leap of sense or expand on its themes on a broader level. It fails to entice due to its lack of thematic expansion in its rich ideas, and the science doesn't make sense. It throws the characters into dilemmas and scenarios that might foreshadow a rich textures in its themes. Eventually, it becomes a movie with half-baked ideas, which it wants to keep exaggerating itself. The movie doesn't lean into the horror genre as well as it could have, as it struggles to overcome its inability to commit to the genre. It's a slow burn in every sense, as it really lacks tension, suspense, and atmosphere to push its story to reflect on the audience. Overall, this movie is really underwhelming. We do not recommend to watch this in theaters. Just wait on your streaming service.